Hey everyone, welcome into the Arena Fantasy Discussion Series Portal. I'm your host, Expat, along with my co-host, Burley. Burley, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. Excited to talk some Rings of Power. How about you?
I'm doing good, man. So the Arena Fantasy Series Discussion Portal obviously is our show about all things fantasy here on the Arena Productions. So we're going to be doing our breakdown of episode 7, The Eye, of course, of Lord of the Rings of Power. So obviously here in our thumbnail, we have the beginning scenes of the episode. And let's just jump right into it, Burley. I mean, how in the hell does she survive this blast from the volcano, which completely decimates the village? And I mean, the smoke and the embers from the that are blasting her way from the volcano, it had to be at least probably 1,000 degrees or more.
Well, not to mention that amount of ash you're inhaling that would just fill up your lungs. Now, how she survives, it's a little thing called plot armor.
Plot armor for sure.
Yeah. I'm sure there's some, I'm forgetting there's some bullshit magic elves resist ash thing. I'm sure there is something like that. Like, if I really wanted to look.
Yeah.
But it's like, for her, I'm a little more willing to buy. She shouldn't, but I'm a little more willing to buy. But Theo here and the other humans, all dead. I'm sorry. That is something.
Yeah.
Like, you're dead.
Well, like you said, plot armor, man. Looks like all the characters have plot armor,
A lot of characters have plot armor in this show, and it's
Bromwyn, she's got plot armor, Arendir, he's another elf, but he's got plot armor, Theo, and here in the image, of course, they're walking through the woods that's just all decimated and all just burning embers, basically. And what's interesting is, Galadriel gives Theo her sword, and I'm like, why do you do that? It's like, because obviously, he's still wanting the key, that was used to activate the volcano in the first place, but she just gives him, her sword, and she puts her trust in him, and I guess believes that he's going to be something, bigger, than he really is at the moment. But I don't know if she should be really putting all of that trust in him. What do you think?
I think it's more she knows he's still wanting the blade and all that. I think she's trying to.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, and I could be completely wrong. Put a nice elven blade in his hands, maybe tamper down that fixation of wanting it and the craving of wanting it. And she knows they're being hunted by orcs. She does have the knife.
Right.
She's fine with the knife. She wants to give them something so at least they do run into a pack of orcs. Can defend themselves.
Right. So they're basically hiding from them and all. So all of you that are watching, let us know in the comments what you thought about the opening scenes. Should Galadriel have been just incinerated at the moment? Let us know in the comments. And for all of you that are new to the channel, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe and the notification bell if you like our content here for when we drop a new episode of course, our breakdowns of Lord of the Rings of Power, and all of our other content. So, let's move on, Burley. Now, of course, we get to the Harfoots, and they're still on their trek. It almost seems like it's never going to end, their little journey, And, it seems like they're starting to see the remnants of the volcanic explosion, because it's decimated a lot of the land there. The trees are all black and everything. And then we get the Meteor Man. Obviously, the Meteor Man. He comes up and he tries to fix everything. It seems like he fails at the beginning, but it's like a day later. It's like the whole wood there is like back to normal again. So what did you think of these sequences with the Harfoots and the Meteor Man?
I thought this was okay. Like, it's cool to see where slowly you get the stuff with the Meteor Man is more interesting. The Harfoots, it's just like, yeah, they're just still doing their migration, and now they're seeing the desolation of the land.
Right.
And then we get the whole thing of after the Meteor Man does his spell, tries to do his spell, the tree branch almost kills the one Harfoot because
Right.
she's dumb and walks out, be like, he's fixing it. I'm not gonna look up on the branch that we hearing is snapping and about to crush me.
Yeah. So, what do you think, Burley? Is the Meteor Man Gandalf?
Nah.
No. Okay.
If you're gonna make me choose out of any of the 5 wizards,
yeah,
I guess say Radagast, because he gets all the trees and stuff afterwards, fixes all them, and that's more of a Radagast thing than Gandalf.
Okay. Yeah, and then obviously we get these mysterious people in the white cloaks and all. They're coming after the Meteor Man, and obviously the one Harfoot girl there, she's trying to deceive them, and then they didn't like that deception, because the main person in the cloak there starts a fire in their hands and burns up the caravans and everything, just destroys all of the caravans of the Harfoots there. So what did you think of that part?
I like that they think the Harfoots are like, you think, lying to these things that you could tell, because they see them in an instant disappear and then appear right in front of them like that.
Yeah.
You could tell these beings have some power.
Right.
You think it's a good idea to lie to them?
Yeah.
Or go anywhere near them? Run away.
Yeah. And it's interesting, so far we haven't heard a word from them at all. I mean, they're like speechless. I mean, in this episode they're speechless, and they just no words, just actions, basically. So we shall see. I'm predicting in the final episode next week, they're going to catch up to him, and there's going to be some kind of like magical battle or something like that. We shall see. I don't know, but yeah. So anyway, I just want to let all of you know, obviously it's been 7 minutes into the episode already, and I will put a spoiler warning at the beginning of this episode for all of you. But if you haven't watched the episode, please go and watch it first, and then come back and enjoy the rest of our episode here. So just another spoiler warning, and I will put a spoiler warning at the beginning of the episode when we finish recording. So, all right, next up, we get to Durin and Durin's son and Elrond, and of course the Mithril that they're trying to excavate, and just the king, Durin the Third is not having it, and he doesn't care, it seems, if the elves perish or not. And basically he's like, the age of the elves is over. And obviously his son Durin the Fourth doesn't want anything to do with that, completely disagrees with him. And there's of course the leaf that's on the table, which was probably one of the best parts of the episode, I thought, was when the leaf that was of course infected with the rot, they put the Mithril next to it on the table, and then the leaf just heals, so I mean, that was the really cool part, and it made Durin realize that this Mithril can save the elves. I'm sure he had his doubts at first, but this basically made him realize that this Mithril is a real deal. And so he brings Elrond back, and then he starts mining for it, and obviously he gets to a part of the mine where he finds the roots of the Mithril, kind of the vein, in a sense. And but then obviously the king finds out, he's like right there, and then he tells him to stop, and then he kicks out Elrond, and then he kind of, it seems like he disinherits his son. I don't know. And so now Elrond has to go back to Lindon and empty-handed again. So what did you think of the sequences here with the dwarves again?
Oh, this was the best part of the episode, hands down to me. I really am I love Elrond and Durin's relationship.
Yeah,
and his father, you can just tell. I love it. His father is just like, no, if it's up to the gods, basically. If they chose that it's time for the elves to go, it's the time for the elves to go.
Right.
And you can just see on Durin's face, he's just like, why, father? Why? Like,
yeah.
And just their dynamic of them going back and forth. And then he's saying, like, Elrond is a brother to me.
Right.
And that you could see how much that pissed his father off.
Right.
And then you got the conversations with Durin going back to his wife.
Right.
And I love his wife.
Yeah.
And her trying to be like, no, you need to do this. We need to do this.
Yeah, because
like
when he's gone, I mean, you're going to be king, and we're going to, rule this, this kingdom, and we need to help save the elves. Yeah. I want to correct. Earlier, I said rot. It was blight that was on the leaf. So the Mithril cured the blight. So
yeah.
So anyway, yeah, I mean, he was stripped of his, I guess, inheritance and being prince and all, but yeah, I have a feeling that that's not going to last very long. So, but go ahead.
They've announced he's hiring his own campaign manager to get it back. One little finger.
Yeah, that's the little finger. Yeah, it's not going to happen. Yeah, he's that's from another series, but anyway. But what we do see, Burley, is the awakening, basically. What do we see here?
We got a Balrog.
Yes.
And if you've seen the first and second Lord of the Rings movie, you know what these things are.
Yeah.
People are now wondering if this is the Mines of Moria. It could be, but there are a few for those that do know, there is a few Balrogs. There was I forget because I know there's a fight with a Balrog it's either at the end of the Second Age or the tail beginning of the Third Age.
Yeah.
It does wipe out the dwarves.
Yeah.
So
we get our first shots of the Balrog there. So probably maybe next episode we might get some more. We shall see. So anyway, let's go back to the Southlands, obviously, and Elendil and Isildur. Elendil he's in a bit of a pickle in a sense. He can't find his son because Isildur obviously helped the Queen Regent get out of the burning ash of a house there that they were helping get the Southland people out of. And obviously she loses her eyesight. But I mean, she should be dead, obviously. But she loses her eyesight, but then Isildur is nowhere to be found. So, Elendil is basically, he's teed off, he's angry, and he's taking it out on Galadriel, basically. Talking about it with the Queen Regent on the top of the mountain once they finally get out of the burning embers area and get to the highlands, where they're out of all the smoke and ash and they have blue sky and there's like a kind of a tented fort there that the Númenóreans had built, where all of the wounded have been, brought to, and that's basically where, Theo finds his mother, and Arondir is there, obviously, and Halbrand is also there as well, and of course Halbrand is in pretty bad shape. And basically Galadriel is saying we're going to have to take him back to Lindon because he needs elvish medicine to survive. And this is the part where I'm really looking forward to the final episode, because basically the king in Lindon and Elrond still think Galadriel has gone west. They do not know that she's been, that she jumped off and then she's like, forget this, man, I'm going to fight the orcs myself, So that's going to be interesting. And then bringing a human into Lindon to get elvish medicine. That's also going to be interesting. What do you think, Burley?
Yeah. So just to go over the few stuff there, yeah, I agree. They all should have been dead. Like the queen losing her eyesight, it was an interesting thing. I love the moment as they're riding at camp, and she's like, "How long till we're out the fog?" And she's like, she realizes they've been out for quite a while.
Yeah.
Like, how long have we been out for? About a mile. Okay, speak none of this to no one.
Right.
She doesn't want her people losing faith and all that. That she's gone blind and all that.
Right.
Which I do like, because they're in a all hope is gone situation.
Yeah, but she promised Galadriel reinforcements, and she's got to go back to Numenor to get those reinforcements. And of course, she gets back on the ship with Elendil, right? But when she gets back, you got that other guy that's, that's the true Littlefinger guy right there, man.
Yeah.
You know, that he's probably going, now he's got, when he finds out that she's blind, yeah, and that a lot of people, probably some Numenorians, died in this battle, that maybe didn't have to. I mean, that could be an excuse, and to try to to stop any other reinforcements from going. It's going to be another political situation there, I think. Yeah. So.
Oh, I'm sure it will.
Yeah.
Theo, I kind of wish his mom would have died, because it would have, that brought more to his character.
Yeah.
And his mom was pretty much dead last episode with the arrows.
Yeah.
So it's like the ash on top of that, like, she should be fucking dead. Like, I know they gave her a raspy voice. Like, she had been smoking 15 packs that day. Like a lot of cigarettes.
Okay.
So. Like,
well, if you inhale all of that ash, you'd probably be talking like that. But I have a question for you, though, Burley. But before we go on, now, Bronwyn, she mentions to the Queen Regent and to Galadriel that she wants to take the people, the remaining Southlanders, to another area. Now, is that like the beginnings of Gondor? I think it is, where these Southlanders are going to be going next.
Who knows? Like, who knows? It could be because it's a different king. In line, you could be getting aspects of Rohan. On this, I'm not too sure, but they're kind of, it's seeming like that they're going to go with Galadriel to the elves, where the elves are, because they're following their king. They're just slowly walking behind.
I see.
So
well, anyway, and then the final part of the episode, obviously, we get the name of what the Southlands is now going to be called, Mordor, but we don't hear Adar there, because Adar and the orcs are there, and it's like, what should we call it now? It's like, you don't see Adar actually call it or name it Mordor, but of course you get the little, lettering there, Mordor. So I mean, what do you think's going on there?
He's just all happy that it's all, this plan of his has finally come to fruition.
Yeah.
That he finally got this. Now he has to create and really make the land what he wants it to be.
Yeah.
So we're seeing the formation of Mordor. You see Mount Doom in the background.
Yeah.
So, now the orc can work, because all the ash and all that, there's no sunlight.
Right.
So they can all work in here.
Work in the daytime. Yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right. So let's talk about next week a little bit, because obviously next week is the final episode of the season, and it seems like it's not going to be, because I don't even think they've started production yet on season 2, which means, from what we're hearing on the internet, most likely season 2 will not come until 2024. But I mean, but what do you think? Episode 8, the final episode, what are we going to get? Are we going to get another battle, or do you think we're going to get some character deaths? What do you think's going to happen, Burley?
My early kind of predictions, you're going to get them arrive to the Elven city. There's going to be tension. Galadriel, why? We thought you were gone.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. And you get all that kind of stuff. You're going to get some resolution with the dwarves, I think there's something's going to happen to the king.
Okay.
He's just because his son's going to step up to him again.
Yeah.
And whether he wins the respect or not and gains back in favor.
Yeah.
But I don't think the king's making out this episode.
Okay.
Or he's going to become very ill or whatever.
Right.
And
okay.
for that, we'll see the Meteor Man one last time, but he'll meet up with the people that have been chasing him.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see. So, yeah.
What do you think?
I agree with you. Like I said earlier in the episode, I mean, with Galadriel showing back up in Lindon, that's going to create chaos. And then we might get Numenor again. Of course, what's going to go down there when everybody finds out that the Queen Regent is blind? I mean, and I think maybe, King Durin III might die, whereas Durin IV becomes the new king, and then the Mithril is going to be excavated. I don't know. We shall see with that. Yeah, Meteor Man. I think there's going to be some fireworks there with the Meteor Man and the white cloaks. We'll see what happens there. But yeah, I mean, as for a big, huge battle, no, I don't think we're going to get anything like that for the remainder of the next episode. I think they're saving that for season 2. But we shall see, man. I'm excited for it. I'm looking forward to watching the episode this coming Friday. And of course, we will be bringing you our breakdown of episode 8, the final episode of season 1 of Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power. And let us know in the comments what you felt about the episode. What do you think is going to happen in the final episode this coming Friday? Let us know. We'd love to hear from you. And if you're, like I said before, if you're new to the channel, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe and the notification bell for when we drop a new episode here on the Arena Productions. And we really appreciate all of you who watch our content. So I've been your host, Expat, along with my co-host, Burley. We hope to catch you in the final episode when we record it after the episode airs on Friday this week. So until then, take care, everyone. Peace.
Take care, everyone.
Out.